What is up, everybody? Yeah, let me just get this thing up on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the trades I made today. And today was a good day. Hopefully you had a good day too, because, you know, the jobs number was on point and the VIX has basically crashed. The VIX is at all-time low. Well, not all-time low, but you remember the market started crashing in October. The VIX is like way below that. We'll go ahead and go over that in a second. I'm just trying to get up the videos here. So I'm sorry I can't get ready because I'm not as quick as other people. La, la, la. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, if you're watching this, tweet this out, man. See? I got it. I got it. Turn that down. Juan, what's up? Good morning, Juan. All right, so let's talk about some of the things I traded today. This just broke over the news. I didn't even hear it on CNBC yet because usually when I'm trading, I have them going off in the background just so I could hear that crap. And, you know, it's supposed to be news, and they ain't talking about this. So what is it? There's an E. coli breakout like in 27 states and stuff like that. So immediately, I'm trying to see if I still got that on my phone. No. Let me go ahead and let's search it. Hey, so I'm thinking about doing a stock show. What do you think? Let me see. E. coli breakout. I just typed it in. Reports of selected E. coli breakout investigations. I don't know. But the first thing I thought of, it ain't coming up. First thing I thought of was Chipotle, and I think everybody else did. This is the 1 minute chart, and look at this thing come down. Now, I've been waiting to put a short on Chipotle. I guess they don't know where it came from, but I'll tell you what, if it's Chipotle, you need to buy all the puts you possibly can. This is what the weekly chart looks like. Let's go with the monthly. I mean, the stock is on fire. So they crashed from here to old highs at 258 because of an outbreak and just kept going down and down and down. If that were to happen again, I mean, the odds I think are slim to none. And, you know, I'm not wishing bad on the people that got sick. But this is a money-making opportunity if it's Chipotle. But, you know, so people think that, oh, E. coli, Chipotle, they go hand in hand. I mean, that's not good for a restaurant. So I decided to sell some calls. It was perfect. I was looking to do this anyway. So this will have people, even if it's not, it'll probably bounce back up. But it'll have people think of their position and say, you know what, maybe I'll take some profits. You know, so I sold some. I'm trying to get a better chart. Maybe I just pull up the straight up daily. Yeah, I sold some calls right about the I think I told the 125, 130 call spread, somewhere in that region right there, meaning in about 13 days, meaning I will make money as long as the stock don't go above that. So hopefully people can start to think about their position, how they made all of this money. December 26th, it's at 385, and here it is. It took a double. It's 700. It made it to 715 in 5-6 months, a double almost. So, you know, so that's crazy. Same old burritos, you know. I mean, they doing some things over there. So maybe that can be a short-term top, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to take advantage of that. So that's Chipotle. Then I traded the small caps. I did the same thing because I was finding things toppy. So I was looking for what was dragging. I thought of the small caps have been dragging. They have been behind. And now that we know interest rates ain't going up and in the economy, they're getting ready to get a China deal and all that stuff. So, and VIX has dropped down to super lows. And since the Russell, well, the small caps was trailing. They not really have been as strong as some of the you know, the big stocks that everybody go to. So I decided to sell a put spread under here. Yeah, that's what I did. I hope I sold a put spread. I don't know which one I sold, but I sold underneath the market here. I think it was just a 20 delta. I just straight up went for the 20 delta, sold, and was done with it. And that's what I did. All right, so, and I'm basically hoping that this continues to go up. I think Alexa heard that I was saying something. Alexa, I'm not talking to you. Anyway, so it's really It's really strange doing this live. She thought she heard her name. Okay. It's really strange doing this live. Apple. I put another trade on Apple. I like the way this has been going. It's going to, and Apple's another stock that kind of runs into earnings. All of a sudden, they fall in love with this stock, with this new services, which been around for a while. Nah, you could do it, Juan, man. You ain't too broke, because you could get like a Robinhood account, a M1 Finance account, man. Just $5, you know, just put it in. Robinhood, you can't buy partial shares, but M1 Finance, you could do partial shares, right? So this is Apple trading at 196.50. If you had $5, you can get $5 worth of 196.50. It's like gas. Give me $5 worth. And then you could be in it, man. You just got to get in. It's just like I told my girlfriend. It doesn't matter if it's $5. You got to be investing. You want to trade. You want to train your mind to invest, and just buy, you know, buy stuff that goes up in value, buy assets. That's what you got to do. So it's you can't say you can't. You got to say, how can you? And then that right there, you know, that's like the millionaire mindset, right? That kind of gets you going into the right direction. Yes. So find that way. Next time you buy that pack of cigarettes, say, you know what? I don't need this pack. It's going into the M1 Finance account. Check that out, m1finance.com. I need to put a link, because if you find a link, like if I were to refer you, I think you get $10, I get $10, and I need to like put that down in the comments. You might as well be taking Chinese, but you gotta start somewhere, right? I mean, this was Chinese to me, or anything. It was foreign. You gotta start somewhere. And then you learn it. Like, you learn anything you want to do. I remember the first time you probably got in a truck, you was probably like, oh, look at all these switches, and you know everything now. It's the same as anything. It's like, you know, you got to do what you want to. You got to learn it, you know. But you just got to take the time, and it's really not that hard. We just looking at things. You know, this is one business where the gains are unlimited. It's unlimited, and all you could do. Check it out. You either say it's going up or going down. 50-50. You either buy it or you sell it. 50-50 chance you're going to be right. Right? But it usually is a lot more than that. But it's just a decision. Do you buy it? Do you sell it? Because is it going up or is it going down? So if you can learn that, learn what to buy, what to sell, 50-50 chance, you can be doing this. You know, it's that simple. You don't have to make a bunch of decisions like any other job. Doctor, truck driver, you know, what is it? I forgot how many decisions you're making in 30 seconds or a 10-second period. You decide what to do, you're calculating. It doesn't seem like you're doing it, but your brain is actually doing it. So, yeah, you can do this, man. You can do it. But I want to do that next step is our future. Yeah, then just save in the S&P 500 fund. Just save, you know, for like 401k kind of stuff. All right, I got to get back to the trading stocks. So we talk about Apple. I sold some puts under there. Yeah, I think I can't remember what I sold, and I should have wrote it down. But, you know, and I like to sell short term. I like to sell like 13 days out. And, yeah, I sold like under there, somewhere in here. Meaning, if it would go in here, I lose. As long as it just stays the same or goes up, and you know, I make money. I think Apple's gonna keep running nice and steady into its earnings. This is one of the few stocks. It's up to date nicely. It's one of the few stocks that just ain't spiking. You know, like everything else. It's just a nice, steady thing. You know, and if you look at, I showed you Chipotle, Amazon. Actually, yeah, Amazon looks good. I'm into Amazon as well. Excuse me. Why can't I think of a chart that's spiking? Facebook. These are stocks that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But anyway, so I bought some Amazon. I mean some Apple. Let's get that. Yeah, I bought some Apple. Yeah. And when I buy it, meaning I'm selling options, I'm just saying it's not going to go down. It's not going to go down no more. As long as it goes up or sideways, I make money. So, yeah, I like that. Now, Facebook, man, I was really liking that. You know, there's my little line, and it's kind of acting up here. I made a mistake. Now, I made money off of this chart. It's still a great trade, but it went too far, too fast. Here is his 163 just March 28th, and then it got up to 178, April 4th. That's too far too fast. It needs to come into that, see a little blue line, that's like a little 9-day moving at, it needs to come in, and then it'll kind of go back up. So what happened was I thought I missed the train, and I wound up selling some puts when it was like 177. And I sold the 175, 170, and it just immediately went back down to 176ish. And yeah, I was scared. I sold it out. I'm just going to wait. I got in it too early. I need to have this thing pull back. Generally, when a stock breaks out of, when I say breakout, I mean like busting over this line, busting over resistance, it comes back down to check it out. Yeah, it's like, hey, it just checks it out. It's like, so a check back before it continues to go straight up. So that's probably what I think is happening now. And I still think it's going to run up into the its earnings. So I was in a big position as well. I had a fat finger trade. I mean, I had 19 options open on this thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let it run. It scared me out quick. I got rid of it. I just got rid of the whole position. Scary when you just have too much. So did I talk about the run? That was Facebook, Apple. I'm going through these pretty fast. Square. That's it. Square is another stock. Look at that consolidation. It has been doing nothing. It hasn't been participating in what the market was doing. So that's Square. Now look at SPY, the S&P 500. Look at all these drawings I got on here. Look how it's going up, right? Just up. Juan, you can figure this out. Up. See, up, right? And let's look at Square. There it is. Sideways. So it's the relative strength is terrible. What does that mean? Is it going to catch up, or is it just going to break down once the market breaks down? So basically, if the market starts giving it up, this stock will break probably harder. Why? I don't know. I know Jack Dorsey. He's been selling. He's been selling shares forever. And you know how you know if somebody's buying shares like an insider? You can go to FinViz. So let's go check that out real quick. Square. And you come down here and you just see, look at all this Jack Dorsey. Jack Sawyer, he's the president and CEO, and he owns Twitter too. He's the CEO of Twitter. And he's selling constantly. March 27th, March 20th, March 13th. You go, just keep going back. Keep going back. And you see his name, October. He's been selling hard. Now, he knows everything about the company. He knows what's going on. If he's selling all of these shares, maybe there's something he knows that we don't know. Or he could just say, I'm selling. I'm gonna be buying a house pretty soon. Or, I don't know, but it seems like every week he's selling 103,000 shares, basically 7 million worth. 7 million to 27 to 20. It's crazy. So I think that's what's going on. If it is, doesn't necessarily mean anything. You could sell for a lot of reasons, but if you know what's going higher, why would you sell? I mean, you could sell for a lot of reasons. See, when you buy stock, it's one reason. There's one reason you put your money in something, because you know what's going up. Period. That's it. When you buy, it could be a million reasons. You're trying to cover taxes, so you need money. So maybe that's what's going on, or is it something deeper? So I think that's what's been holding on to the stock. And I think once we can catch a week of this guy not buying, he just sold, not selling, he just sold last week, maybe this thing starts to go up. $7 million he's liquidating a week. Look at the prices that he's getting. That's it. Him and his chief accounting officer as well. What's up with that? Yeah, this is crazy. So anyway, that's Square. I like it, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with it until it needs to break out. So let's pull up I'm kind of lost here, a weekly, and then let me zoom in on here and then kind of do one of these numbers. Anyway, it needs to kind of just get over here. What is that? The 83. That's the 83. Maybe you could start buying some when it's here, which is the 80 for the most part. And then once it can clear that hurdle right there, you see all that selling pressure that happened. It went up and went down fast. That was earnings, I believe. If it can clear there, we might be in the all clear for this thing to go higher. But it's doing nothing, and it's just tying your money up, and it's doing a lot of chop. I was in there, and I was selling. I had calls, basically covered calls. You know, I was selling. I had a deep in the money call, and I was selling at the money strikes, and I was kind of making money. It's slow money, but it was working. It was working. I want the big pop. I wanna see this. See what happened here before. I want to see that. It's not doing that. It's been, gosh, man. October 1st was the high at 101. We're still 25% below that high. Yep. That was easy math, if I can see the thing. Anyway, so that's what's going on with that. A lot of stocks that I was interested in it's just popping. I'm trying to think. You know, I was looking at you know, here's Finviz again. It's one of my favorite stocks to see what's going on. If you click on groups, you can kind of see what's popping. 1 day performance, right? And then a week performance. So you see the 1 day performance is basic materials, services, healthcare. Well, let's see what's happening in the last week. Look, industrial goods, basic material, services. So services and basic materials just still hanging on. This is what's strong today. Go down a month. Technology, services, consumer goods. So services seems to be in the top 3. So stocks that are in that top 3 are probably going higher. So what's in services? You can kind of see right here. And here's all the stocks and services. You know, Amazon. But there's a quicker way to pop this up. And I think I click here. Do I click here? Well, no, but I can click here. And here's all the services stocks. It's 41 pages of this. You can group it. Go ahead and, you know, group it by market cap. I don't really mess with them small caps. And Amazon's at the top, Alibaba. These are the stocks that's been popping for a month. You know, here's Comcast, and you can see these charts, how they all just going up, but everything seems to be toppy. Look at Union Pacific taking a break. Could be interesting just because it's taking a break. It's just not going to the moon. Costco, that's UPS. I like the. This is where I get the ideas. So if you look at UPS, let's bring it up on this chart. I like how it's going up, and then it's creating that shelf right there. You know, put a cup and a plate on it. See that up, and then consolidation. And generally, it'll just continue. It's going to break out of this consolidation, up or down, and usually pretty hard. And since it was going up already, it's going to most likely go up. So this is a good trade candidate where I can possibly sell a put spread below the market right there, somewhere in that area, saying, you know what, in the next 30, 40 days, 15, whatever, I bet you it's not going to go into this area. You know, you sell that off, and yeah, that's what I do. So I like this. I'm going to have to look further into making a trade on UPS. And you could use this list that we just created. Here's Starbucks. I told you about Starbucks. I told you about Starbucks if you follow my channel. I said Starbucks is going to rip. Oh, man, it's my best trade ever. Anyway, look at Lowe's. Look at that. It's like straight to the moon. Straight to the moon. I wanted to make a trade in that as well, but I was like, it's too rich. It's just, look at that, straight up, you know? And most likely you're going to get some double top action, means the sellers are going to come in right there. So maybe it's a trade to sell some call spreads. So I'm going to just look into that. But everything that I've been coming across, and this is a good chart, so I'm glad I came across it, is doing something like this. And look what happened. Let's just follow this like we was drawing, okay? I know it sounds simple, but it really is that simple. Go down, up, down, up, down, up. What's next? Down, right? Why would it just go up? Look at the pattern all the way clear back here from May 2017. Down, up, down, up, down, up, right? What's next? It's not down, up. I didn't say that. This one right here, this middle, it just went a little bit above the prior high, just a little bit, and then it came back down hard. So is this one probably gonna either reach there or maybe slightly higher? So I don't expect this thing to another $5 out of lows possibly, and then you probably got more downside to catch. You know why? What's the fundamentals behind it? I don't know. I'm just following the charts, and this is what it reads. And this is why I kind of this seems to happen more than fundamentals. And I think there's a time to put this is a video on itself, to put fundamentals in the equation, but I find these charts just work all the time. You know why? Because we trade on emotions. Stock charts are the history of people's emotions, and we looking at them. You just got to learn how to read it, learn where the emotion is at, because we all do the same thing. We're making money, and it starts to go down. And, we all want to protect our profits, and we start selling, and we start slow. Anyway, it's all right there, and that will give you more of a better idea than the fundamentals. But the fundamentals can lead into the story, but the emotions, man, we're people. We can't change that. Anyway, I'm glad I'm not drinking. Sorry, Juan. You might as well be. You're glad I'm not drinking. Yeah, me too. Anyway, so where are we in this video? I thank all y'all for watching. I'm thinking about starting a show. Right? I just got to figure out how to put it together. You know, we just talk charts. You guys hit me off, and I kind of type it up, and we kind of talk about trade, putting it on and off. But I do want to tell you my style. No, it's like I'm talking about options. So I'm talking deeper than buying and selling. But that's, you know, I used to do that. You just buy straight up stock. But if you were to buy 100 shares of this Lowe's, it's going to cost you $11,495, right? And if it moves a dollar, 114.94 to 115.94, you make $100. Well, that's a lot of money to just be making $100, you know. So you have to learn options where it's a fraction of that price, and you can make that same $100. You know what I mean? I mean less than a fraction, you know. So that's what I do, and I sell them, right? Because 90% of all options expire worthless. So that's all you need to know about options. Okay, if they all expire, maybe I need to be on the other side of the trade. I need to sell them. So learn about selling options. And a good channel to watch to learn all about trading is Tastyworks. Follow them, follow their channel. Hundreds and thousands of videos, they even live. Check them out. And they can help you get started, and then you can you got to kind of twist it to, I don't know if you can follow them to a book. You kind of got to find your flavor. You know, everything is not, you know, you have to find your flavor, what works for you, because they got a lot of statistics and stuff, and you put that stuff on like robots. It just might not work for you. You got to find out what works for you. So they have a lot of different styles, things, strategies, and, you know, play with them. You could paper trade on this. This is Think or Swim. Play with them and then decide what works for you and stick with it. Same with the stocks. That's why I only go over a few stocks, because I stick with the ones that make me money. Why trade something else when this is working, right? That's what I do. What is up, Moonflea? Hey, Dre, you still drive home every night? Yes, I do. I just got off about 4 hours ago. Define the terminology, bro. Define the terminology, bro. Cause that's when you lose me. Yeah. It's hard because I'm not a teacher. You know, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. Yep. It's just that long. So like all the time you saw me in the truck, you know, this is also what I was doing when I wasn't driving and I wasn't making videos. You know, I'm trading on my phone and stuff. I traded hard. But takes time. So yeah, it's gonna be Greek for a while. You got to start somewhere. I think I started reading Investor Business Daily. It's a newspaper to see. I was doing it when you got stock quotes in the paper. He'd be like, "What's my stock doing?" Remember those days, that back of the paper, and it had all of stocks. And if you wanted to make a trade, you had to pick up the phone and call somebody and be like, "Hey, yeah, let me get 2 shares of Lowe's," because I ain't had no money. This is when Lowe's. Let me get 2 shares, and the 2 shares will cost you $40, but the trade will cost you another $40 just to make the trade. It costs you $40 to buy it and $40 to sell it. It's crazy back then. That's when I started getting into stocks. Before the computer, before the technology, straight up newspapers every day. and just kind of looking at it. And then when you started to become more of a home thing, I was able to get more deeper, learning about the SEC filings and 10Qs and Ks and all of them reports, and I was getting into the fundamentals, and that's when I found out, you know, just looking at these charts work better than trying to figure out how much this company's making and all of that balance sheet stuff. But I learned all of that. I learned every single thing about it. It was like, and I self-taught, like Investing for Dummies books. You got to read a lot of books. You just name, just go to the investing section. Remember Barnes and Nobles? I used to be there all the time. What's the other one? Barnes and Nobles. This is before Amazon. Barnes and Nobles, Walden Books. There's another one that was popular. Anyway, you go in there. I used to get the book, sit back on one of their chairs and read it. Sometimes I buy it. Sometimes I don't. Get a bunch of library books because there was no websites to go to. Yeah, man, I was doing it all way back then. So it does take time. It just takes time. But, you know, you look at some of these kids on YouTube, they doing it, and, you know, you could be a fast learner. Use E-Trade. No, I don't use E-Trade because they're expensive. You know, I use, this is Thinkorswim. I trade options for $1. A stock for $5, options for $1. And that's it. That's what I use. And I think they have better services and everything. Now, if you were to go to TD Ameritrade, which is Thinkorswim, you wouldn't be getting the $1 deal. I spent, you know, that was a negotiated deal because I spent a lot of money in commissions. So that you get a deal. Anyway, you know, you'd be like, hey, man, damn, you know, over the last year, I gave you guys about $2-3 grand in commissions. Think you can cut me a deal? You know, or something. They'd be like, all right, here, we give you $1. Tastyworks, new site, it's by the people of Tasty Trade. You know, you could buy and sell options for $1, and I think stocks $5. They're a good site to get started with. The advanced trader, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily go that way for the advanced trader, but if you want to save money on buying and selling, perfect, because you could buy something for $5, and if you want to sell it, it's $0 because they don't charge you commission on closing trades. You know, so I think that's good. Nobody's doing that. But what's better than, you know, Robinhood is free, but Robinhood, you know, they selling the order flow, and they taking the other side of your trades. They know they getting new people coming in, and new people coming in is gonna lose money, right? So if you're like, hey man, I want to buy 100 shares of Home Depot, yeah. Well, they like, oh man, he's new. We're gonna sell 100 shares of Home Depot and make money because they know you're gonna lose. That's why it's free. That's why it's free, man. Nothing is free because everybody on there most likely is going to lose, right? I think 90% of new traders lose money or some stat like that. So how do you make money? How do you be 90% right? Well, you take the other side of the trade, you know, and they sell the order flow. So if you want to buy Home Depot, they're not the ones making the transaction. They selling that. Hey, this guy wants to buy Home Depot. Give me $5 or whatever. You know, it's like that. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but that's how they make their money. That's why it's free. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful well, not necessarily. You just got to know that. Just know that, and you'll be all right. Yeah, so you might not get the best executions ever if you're looking to day trade, which I don't recommend. I don't day trade. I don't, you know. You're not necessarily going to get the fastest order. That's not going to happen. You know, so you know, if you're trading hundreds of shares constantly, pennies, every penny counts, right? You know, so a penny times 100 is $1, you know, 2 pennies, $2, that it counts. That stuff adds up. So you got to be careful. And that's, you know, if they don't give you the best fill, you know, they making little money, they making their money like that. All right, so yo, thanks Moonflea. I guess I'm gonna end this video because I don't even know how long I'm going, but thanks for watching. If all 3 of y'all can hit the like button, I can get 3 likes real quick. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. Yeah, and this is live. I'm nervous making these videos because I'm not used to talking this. I never talk this to anybody. That'll be another video. I got so many videos when I can talk about trading. It's like I don't talk this. I don't talk it. So I'm finally talking it, and I'm putting it on video, and I can see it for myself. I can go back and see what I was thinking back then, because it's a good idea when you start trading to have a trading log, to log what you're doing. Why did I buy this? Why did I sell this? So when it doesn't work, you can actually see what happened, what you was thinking, and don't do that again, right? So putting it on video is even better. I ain't got to write nothing. I just kind of talk about what the hell I was thinking when I traded. So I think I'm going to have a little series like what I traded, you know, what I won, lost, and all that other stuff. And, you know, I'm putting it together. It, you know, it was a photography channel, it was a trucking channel, now it's a trading channel. You know, I'm losing like 100 subscribers a day. At least 3 of y'all sticking around. Anyway, but it's crazy, you know. But I like it. As you can see, I really like talking about this. You can make the money you can make is unlimited, and of course you could lose a lot of money as well. Yeah. So, but the more you do it, the better you learn. The better you learn, the more money you make. You know, and all that stuff. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. FinViz was talking about this. This is a good place. This is a good place to learn about stocks and see what the market's doing. You know, different patterns, right? Things on trend line supports. And I mean, over here to the right, top insider trading. If you follow the insiders in general, this is a guy. Look at this guy. This guy just bought $50 million worth of EVA. Let's see. See, he could know. I mean, you ain't just spending $50 million on something. So this could be a trade. This stock could be going higher. He dropped $50 million into this company. He's a director. That's crazy. And just last, what is that, April? Just last May, he sold. Okay, he sold $33 million last May. And then this April, he's buying $50 million. Hey, guy's got a lot of money. You know, it's kind of nice to say, hey, we get $50 million of EVA. All right, so, oh man, you have an email, right? Thanks for all your videos. Hope your wife's doing better. Oh man, you must have saw it. Yeah, Deborah's doing good. You must have saw the video when she was in the hospital, which was a while ago. But she's doing good. Yeah, what is my email? What is it? What email was I giving everybody? I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back with it, okay? What was it? Because I don't even check it no more. EMIPTV, that's it. Goodness gracious. Email me at emiptv.com. You know, yeah, email me at emiptv@yahoo.com. Okay, that's my email address, and I will check it. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot. See, I changed the channel name. I forgot what the hell is that channel? EMIPTV, emiptv@yahoo.com. I'll type it in this little thing right here. emiptv@yahoo. Well, yahoo.com. Yeah, there we go. All right, so thanks for watching. Thanks, Juan. Thanks, Moonflea. I appreciate you guys. You guys be safe out there. And thanks for watching, man. Get to learn this stuff. Get a little book, audio books. Just say how to trade, investing, you know, anything. The Wall Street Journal, the Investors Business Daily. Listen to CNBC. Listen to Bloomberg Radio. Just start listening. Just start absorbing it. And every piece just starts going together. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys later. And peace.